Thanks for tuning in to Watch the Ordinary Filmmaker. It's Monday, November the 8th, 2021. Last week I put out a video on the Nikon Z9. It had the monthly production stats coming from Nikon as well as a rumored set of pre-orders from Chinese websites or social media. Well, some of that information has proven to be incorrect. We got our information from Nikkei, and Nikon rumors the same, and many others reported the same information before it was discovered that Nikkei added an extra zero to those monthly production numbers. And how do we know this? Well, from Nikon's own press release. You see here, let me give you the English version right here. Nikon is producing 3,500 Nikon Z9s every month, not 35,000. So that gives us about 10,500 already produced, if we can assume that they've been producing these for 3 months, as we've been told. The next item is the number of pre-orders. Various social media sites from China are reporting that 400,000 units have been pre-ordered. Now let's not worry about if that's just China alone or worldwide, because that's that's a huge number. Think about that, 400,000 units. Just multiply that by 5,000. That's still a very, very significant number. That's what, about $2 billion or something like that worth, US dollars? Now, let's look at their annual production of, right now, this is based on right now, that's 42,000 units. That would take them 10 years to clear out those pre-orders. Seems a little bit unbelievable. Now, I can tell you, I've got some math here. I'm able to validate some of those numbers. Based on my stats, the number of pre-orders through my B&H links, I can confirm a sum total of 4. Yeah, I'm not a huge channel. I am not the bellwether for sales of Nikon Z9, but I can report at least 4. And 3 others of you have said you purchased from your local camera store, so that gives us a total of 7. So I can validate a total of 7 Nikon Z9s, leaving 300,999,993 unvalidated. Now, I'm sure they're going to sell a whole lot more than 7. I just think that that number of 400,000 sounds a little bit like fantasy, and because we heard it from Chinese social media, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, I heard it from the internet. It's not validated. I would discount that completely. But what we do know is that if you did go ahead and pre-order it, and you pre-ordered it right away, there's a good chance that you will have this camera by the 15th. Because I took a look at B&H's website over the weekend, and I went to do a search on Nikon Z9, and you can see, as I can see right here, that they begin shipping on Wednesday, December the 15th, which is really just about a month away. Well, a month and a week, but a month. Can you believe it? We're just a month away from the shipping of the Nikon Z9. Wow. I mean, it seems like it was back in March and April when we just started getting rumors of the Nikon Z9, and we started wondering, this looks like a really good camera. And then just about a month and a half ago, we started getting teased about the Nikon Z9. And then we had that all-day presentation of the Nikon Z9. And I think that's something that Nikon did very, very well. They started the announcements, the presentation, all-day ceremonies of the Nikon Z9, and they started right at 8 o'clock. And this is where Nikon did their own piece. And then they had various, shall we call them ambassadors, that gave you their experience with the Nikon Z9. And they did that pretty well all day long. And I thought that was a terrific way of announcing the product, getting people excited, people who really like the product, getting them immersed in it and allowing them to celebrate and enjoy it, even though they can't put their hands on it right now. And I kind of wish Canon had done that with the R5. I found that their presentation was a bit of a letdown after all the months of leaks. Same with Sony, same with Panasonic. I think Nikon has shown us that in a day and age where we can't go to live auditoriums to do presentations of new products, why can't you do an all-day event and get people excited? And I think Nikon did a great job there. I think Nikon's done a great job with the Nikon Z9. I wouldn't be surprised if I get at least 2 more pre-order links through my channel. And if you are interested in purchasing the Nikon Z9, haven't already, I do have a pre-order link for B&H down below. Nothing for Amazon yet because they don't have a pre-order option available, but as soon as Amazon starts selling the Nikon Z9, I'll have those links as well. So hopefully we'll get those sold. Now, for those of you that have bought them, did you buy them right on the day of the announcement, or did you wait a little while? If you got them pre-ordered on the day of announcement, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to have your camera before Christmas. But if you didn't, well, let's see. If they've already produced 10,500, there's another 7,000 probably produced before the end of the year. That would put the total number of just under 18,000 units produced before the end of the year. I really wonder how many have been pre-ordered. I really wonder what the interest is here. It's interesting that Nikon has told us how many units they've produced, but they haven't told us how many have been pre-ordered, which makes me wonder, when is Nikon's next financials, quarterly results? Because that's probably when we're going to find out this information, but I am really, really curious. Really, really curious. Oh, and one more thing too. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I take it as a virtual pat on the back. It means a lot to me, and it also really helps this channel grow. You'd be surprised at how hard it is to get a channel to grow. I've been doing this just over 2 years now, and I'm just shy of 24,000 subscribers, which is still no small amount. Although at this point, I really kind of thought I would be at 100,000 subscribers, and yeah, it looks like I'm far off from that number, but still, I enjoy doing this. Even if I never do get to 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to continue to do this channel because it's something I enjoy doing. And even today, where I had a very, very busy day of work, right from the beginning to the end, it's, you know, when you go to work and you have one of those weeks where it's just going to be crazy, well, that's what this week is like. So I'm taking a few moments right now to spend, 10, 15 minutes to quickly record this, get this out to you by 5 or 6 o'clock, and then I'm done for the rest of the day. I'm going to relax and play around and decompose. It's one of the nice things about my job is, other than a few times during the year, once the workday is over, I can take that, parcel it over here, and just forget about it, and then focus on other things in my life. And the one thing that I've learned about doing this channel is, not only have I learned an awful lot, it's that it's been my own personal way to improve mental health in a time that's been very challenging. One of the things I enjoy the most is the editing, but right after that, it's responding to your comments. I look to see my regulars and see what you have to say. And sometimes I do feel like I'm rushing through the comments, but I really do enjoy that. It's a way to connect and to talk to people who love talking about Nikon Z9s or Canon R5s, new lenses, a new Pentax, when's that coming out? Perhaps the Panasonic S1 Mark II. And somebody said, oh, Panasonic S1H is the one we want to really see. But keep in mind, the S1H came out about 6 months later. I think it was around November, whereas the S1 and the S1R came out, right around March? Was announced around March? So I think we'll hear about those first. But I'm really curious to know what Panasonic is doing with the GH6. We do have an announcement tomorrow. I put out a video on the weekend, this one here, talking about November the 9th. They've quietly said, hey, we have an announcement. And this was with 2 days' notice. I don't know what it's going to be about. I don't know if it's going to be a lens. I mean, if it's a lens, well, why not just do a press statement and put it out there? Give us a nice 2.5-minute video. Unless it's something major like a new S-series camera or something about the GH6, I don't really see the point. You know, we take time out of our day, and quite often these are 20 to 40-minute presentations. And I would just like to leave the presentations to the big stuff. Everything else, just give us a press statement. And like I said, you know, a 2.5-minute YouTube video. So I'll keep my ears open. As I said in this video here, I don't really think we're going to get a GH6. See, here's the thing. If we were to get a GH6, then they wouldn't have had that announcement, last week or the week before where they said the GH6 is still under development? No, if they knew they were going to do an announcement 2 weeks later, they just either would not have done that presentation, or they would have done the announcement then. So I don't really see it coming right now. And some of you have said you think we're going to get it in the first quarter of 2022. If so, I would expect announcements sometime in January. If we don't get anything by next Monday, if we don't get anything this week, which would be tomorrow, I really don't see them making announcements as we get closer to Black Friday, and December's right out. And then the very next time we expect to get announcements is January. And somebody asked me, well, yeah, but do we ever get announcements in January? Yes, we do. The Canon 1DX Mark III was announced right around somewhere between the 8th and the 14th of 2020. And then CP Plus is due to usually right around February the 10th to the 14th, somewhere in around there. Whether it'll happen this year or not, we don't know. It hasn't happened for the last couple of years, or it didn't happen last year at least. So January really kicks off a very, very busy year. So I'm really curious. I really want this GH6 to be a tremendous camera. I don't want to see Panasonic fail. I want them to deliver a camera that delights to their customers, as the R5 did to Canon and the Z9 is doing to Nikon customers. And I know I've left a few out. There's a lot of other great cameras out there, like the ZFC. And I still like the Nikon Z6 and the Z7. The really good cameras. But I'm going on too far. I'm going to have too much to edit right now. But as you can see, after work, I'm a little bit more relaxed. I'm not worried about, when is my break over. But I know that there's an awful lot to do, and they're upstairs. My son just got home. They're upstairs. They want to do things, so I need to sign off. But again, thank you so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. Thank you for supporting the channel by liking, subscribing, and commenting. And when you purchase things through my affiliate links, thank you so much. It really does help support this channel. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.